CNBC, Friday 2:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. European stocks, VGK, EWU, EWG, EWQ, EWI, cruised into the weekend with gains after a topsy-turvy week. No real fireworks in the last 10 sessions or so in connection with Italian debt, and Brexit seems far from traders' collective radar. I suspect that we may see both of these conditions reverse by the end of summer. While international trade currently grabs top headlines these days, consider the impacts, limited though they turned out to be, of European events in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2015, and 2016. Sector SPDR, Thursday performance. Thursday was a moderate day of losses for the S. Keep an eye on correlations between averages and between underlying S. VIX Index 5-day performance. Thoughts on volatility in which country? Most of the economic data looks strong, and the Nasdaq and Russell 2000 indexes are near all-time highs. I'll grant that U.S. equities have gotten choppier, and the TNX is pulling back some, presumably a flight to quality, but U.S. asset markets at least do not seem to be signaling anything like fear of recession. Nor do commodities markets, for that matter. Advisor Perspectives provides several visual tools with associated commentary on a regular basis that I have enjoyed reading for a long time. In line with my comments above, Doug Short's composite valuation model has the S. Given that monetary policy is tightening in the U.S., I'd say that equities are absolutely not priced for anything like an upcoming recession using a pretty wide array of metrics, other than forward operating earnings, which I personally assign almost no value to for actual analytical purposes. Dow has gone a very long time without breaking the 200-day MA. January started out hot, but since that time the index has flagged. Dow VIX is in a pretty large retreat today as the underlying index seeks to avoid the longest string of daily losses going back 40 years. The last 8 sessions have been 0 to 8 for the Dow. Organic volatility. Organic ATM volume has notched up a tad at the quarterly expiry, and held tight at the monthly and weekly as we head into the close of trading week that had a decent amount of batting to and fro but no real direction. The volatility of volatility, as measured by VVIX, seems to want to trend higher, but my suspicion is that just like the break higher witnessed toward the end of last May, volume longs, VXX, UVXY, TVIX will have difficulty making too much of it. VVIX. The trouble with the current organic options market is that the vols are low, but given where implied correlations are heading and how realized S. I've mentioned over the last couple weeks feathering into long volume positions, but really only for selling spikes as the short trades seem to be getting out of hand. At present, however, I'd have to side with the shorts. SVXY. SVXY implied volatility. Implied volume is tending to the low end for SVXY. It's pretty reasonable, then, to purchase some OTM call spreads, and sell ATM put spreads. Some variation of this makes sense given the current environment, where short volume looks poised to outperform, albeit with some bumps. Conclusion: if this is your first time reading Market Volatility Bulletin, thanks for giving it a try. If you're regular, we thank you for your ongoing contributions in the comments section. I recently released a piece on correlation between S. I hope you get a chance to read it and can perhaps benefit from its findings. Finally, thank you all for the encouraging words that I receive from you in the comments section and also privately. I appreciate the friendship and forum for readers to hone and develop their ideas and methodologies. I hope your journey as traders and readers are fruitful and enjoyable. Much appreciated, Rye Guy. Thank you for reading. Please consider following us. Disclosure: we have no positions in any stocks mentioned, and no plans to initiate any positions within the next 72 hours. I wrote this article myself, and it expresses my own opinions. I am not receiving compensation for it, other than from seeking alpha. I have no business relationship with any company whose stock is mentioned in this article. Additional disclosure: I actively trade the futures and options markets, potentially taking multiple positions on any given day, both long and short. I also hold a more traditional portfolio of stocks and bonds that I do not trade. I do believe the S